It was a hot, sticky evening in Dayton, Ohio. The bros of Ohio were in the basement. Their balls were stuck to their thighs. They could barely move. They were immobilized by the heat. But they performed an action called docking, where Rob rolled his foreskin over the tip of Nick's penis, and they became one.
What an intro.
I had nothing planned right there.
I wasn't ready for that whatsoever.
Have you heard of docking before, Rob?
Yeah, I have.
Of course you have. Of course you have. Thanks so much for joining us. It's Monday evening. We're going to do a fun episode. I think we're going to call it Appalachian Terror or Appalachian Anarchy.
Or Appalachian.
Appalachian Anarchy.
I don't know why, but the inside of my pocket's wet, and it's really freaking me out right now.
I got a funny story about
a wet pocket.
A wet pocket.
Okay.
My wife went on vacation one time, and well, not vacation. She's from the Sunshine State, Arizona. It's not the Sunshine State.
Yeah, it's not right, but
it's just hotter than fuck there. But she was gone for like a week, and usually the house just kind of like falls apart when she goes on vacation.
Naturally,
she's the glue that holds it all together.
Yeah.
And I went somewhere to buy a pizza, and I pulled the cash out of my pocket. It was like Domino's. He said, "It's $25 because I can spend $25 at Domino's by myself." I'm like, all right. I reached my pocket to get the cash out of my pocket, and the cash was completely covered in chocolate. There was so much chocolate on the money that he wouldn't even. He's like, I can't take that. I'm like, you're gonna have. If you want me to pay for this, if you want me to pay for this pizza, you better take it. And naturally, he took it, but we had to clean it off. He made me clean it off.
And to run it under the water.
So I'm sorry, I got some Hershey Kisses in my pocket here that got on my shit. We would like to. Well, this episode is brought to you by Matthew Hirsch. He is a avid butt chugger. He's long overdue for his Patreon episode. We were his Christmas gift.
Oh shit!
Yeah, his Christmas gift.
This is a little foreshadowing here.
Yes.
Like this is how we run our ship.
Yeah.
we're late.
So we're getting to him. Matt's been with his wife Zania. Got him this. This is kind of like what she did for him for Christmas, and they're both awesome people, both incredible people.
Yeah, we're sorry for letting you down.
No, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Every single person that we've reached out to, we're going to go to their funerals when they die, and help put them in the ground just so we can let them down one more time.
Hey,
that's how the Bros of Ohio work.
Oh, yeah.
This episode is also brought to you in part by our Patreon subscribers. If you would like to subscribe to our premium Bro Talk, where we talk about the coolest thing we've ever found under our foreskin,
an M&M,
the worst thing we've ever put in a toilet, all kinds of stuff like that, not necessarily related to aliens or monsters or conspiracy theories. Just go to patreon.com/Ohio Podcast, a $5 club that unlocks Bro Talk for you.
It's a good time.
It is a wonderful time. I would like to say thank you to Joe Allison, one of our new subscribers. Thank you, Joe Allison.
Thank you. Then we got Daniel Bender. Thank you.
Daniel, thank you so much. And this is I might nail this one. I might not. Corey DePont or DePonte.
That's what I would say.
DePonte. Corey, thank you so much, buddy.
And then next we got Kimmy Snow. Thank you.
Like when I see the name Kimmy, I think
Gibbler?
Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah.
And I liked Kimmy Gibbler. A lot of people didn't like Gibbler. I thought she was okay.
She wasn't bad.
I'll tell you who was smoking hot was that Steve guy and Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
I would completely take my socks off for that.
John Stamos is a good looking man.
Yeah. And if you've never listened to the Brohio podcast before, one plan we subscribe to is if you leave your socks on, you could do anything sexually with anyone. Doesn't matter what they're into or what you're into. As long as you keep your socks on, you can do whatever.
Yep.
And what my uncle always used to say is it's just flesh. It's not a big deal. It's just flesh. We can get through it. I would also like to say thank you to our newest Patreon subscriber, Derek Abbott.
Thank you.
Did you know there was a pitcher in the 80s named Jim Abbott and he only had one fucking hand?
Okay.
I watched that shit, man. I used to like baseball. I don't like it anymore.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched baseball in a while.
This Derek Abbott guy, though, he's got two cocks. He did tell us about that.
What's better than one hand? Two cocks.
Two dicks. One. And, well, I can't get this one out very far, but it's there. You can see it. Looks like a third nipple. And I would also like to say thank you to our friend Noor, she's like 14 or 15,
Mhm.
and she's from Belgium, and she's keeps on buying. She's buying all of her merchandise. She's rocking the hoodies. She's got a phone case. She's one of 2 people in the entire world that own a Brohio phone case.
Getting that swag.
And I said, she showed us her phone case. I said,
That's awesome. Thank you.
Shout out. The fact that we're speaking to, there's a teenager in Belgium listening to us, Rob.
Ugh,
That fucking blows me away.
it's scary.
And I asked her, I said, I've heard, you think of French fries, you think of France, but actually Belgium,
Belgian waffles.
they're exceptionally famous for their French fries. And they said the secret is for Belgian French fries. And normally I would, if I would hear the
Did
phrase,
they call them crisps there?
I don't know. I don't even know what language they speak.
I don't either.
Belgium dip.
I don't think that's right.
No, they fry the fries like 3/4 of the way done. Take them out, let them kind of dry.
Right.
You take a piss on them, then you put them back in the deep fryer, and then crisp them up the rest of the way.
Okay.
So
It's respectable.
I'm an avid chef.
Yeah.
I can throw down. I will pack fudge. I will eat the fudge. I'm really good in the kitchen. I will toss a salad.
Pigs in a blanket, you're really good at that too.
All of it. It doesn't matter. Also, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, we had a listener reach out to us today. Actually, just a little bit before the show started. Wanted to see if we'd give a shout out to his wife for their first anniversary. So that's Mr. Brett and Becca Stritch.
Congratulations, guys. You've accomplished nothing. 1 year.
Oh, damn
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
They say the first year is the hardest, but I don't know about that.
No, I don't know.
You're in for a lot of many years of misery. No, it's not that bad.
No, I didn't say that. Please don't hold me accountable.
Thank you guys for listening.
I am.
And congratulations on 1 year.
Congratulations. Yes, very much so. Congratulations.
Yes.
Rob, I got a funny article for you this week. It's not a very long one, just like my dick, but I do have an article for you.
All right, shoot.
A man named Butt Juice.
Jeez.
A man named Butt Juice, nicknamed Butt Juice, has been convicted of taking part in gang violence and drug dealing with the Up the Hill Gang. Lamont Jones, a.k.a. Butt Juice.
How do you get that AKA?
Okay, here's my thought process here. There has to be like a clubhouse, and there had to have been something that happened to say, we got to name this guy Butt Juice. So in my mind, I think there was like, someone that a lower level person, and he was hanging out at the clubhouse, and he's like, he goes to the head guy, the head gang member. He says, hey, I was up in the bathroom with little D, and I looked down, and we were both peeing, and I saw little D. I don't know why we call him little D, because it ain't, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker got a machine gun between his legs. So
like the fat guy named Tiny.
So we kept on standing there, you know what I'm saying? Dude pooted. And I'm like, hey, what'd you do? And he's like, ain't you ever heard nobody poop before, bro? And I said, I have, but you shitted it down your leg. You got fucking hot shit in your socks and your shoes, motherfucker. So then I went out, I'm here talking to you, Big D. I said, we can't call him Big D because your name's Big D. So I think we should call him Butt Juice. Because dude done shitted it down his leg up in his socks.
Butt Juice.
He got them brand new Air Jordans. He done took his shit down the back of them. He got shit running down his legs. We got to call him Butt Juice because we can't call him Little D no more. He a big boy.
Little D and Butt Juice.
He'll tear that ass out. He'll tear that mouth out your head. Lamont, a.k.a. Butt Juice, was found guilty of conspiracy to participate in racketeering enterprise and conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute narcotics.
Oh.
Sounds like a party goat.
Yeah, he's
Sounds
a
like
slinger.
a lot of fun, yeah. His sentencing is set for October, and he faces up to life in prison for fucking drugs.
Slinging it.
Welcome to America. Court documents show that the 25-year-old was part of the Up the Hill Gang organization and took part in violent crimes and selling crack cocaine and heroin. Prosecutors say Jones was involved in an assault and stabbing in October 10th of 2006, the shooting of 2 gang rivals on November 25th, 2007, the murder of a rival gang member on January 22nd, 2011, and the shooting of a narcotics trafficking rival on March 25th, 2012.
Is all that bad stuff, though?
I'm going to say it, Rob. Free Butt Juice.
I know.
Hashtag Brohio free butt juice.
That sounds like he's doing everybody a favor there.
It is. Oh, you slinging dope? Pow, pow. Put some hot lead in your motherfucking chest. Used to call me Little D. Now they call me butt juice because I shitted it on my socks. And after I put you down on the cement, I take these shitty socks off and I lay them across your nose and your mouth. And then the cops come find your dead body and you got shit socks on your face. That's how we do it down here in the Up the Hill gang.
It's his calling card.
It is a calling card.
The shitty bandit.
Yeah. I've already cracked the case, Chief. He's got the shit socks on his face. It was butt juice from Up the Hill gang. No doubt about it.
Matching corn kernels. It's a pure giveaway.
I love corn. I think it makes a very festive bowel movement. I think it really helps out moving stuff down the tubes.
Never know what you're going to get.
Usually we have a lot of stuff to talk about in the beginning of an episode.
Nope.
I don't think we do this episode.
Nope. We're good.
Well, I would like to say we got a lot of reviews this week.
Hey, yeah, we did.
I have a stack of 120 envelopes in a box that Rob is taking with him that will be placed in the mail tomorrow. If you left us a review and you sent us a screenshot, I have your stickers going out. Finally, I had my kids packaging this stuff. It took me forever to label this stuff. So
it's horrible working conditions over here too. So I feel bad for them.
It's terrible. So those are going to be going out tomorrow.
Thank you guys.
Stickers will be hitting the mail, and it still stands. If you leave us a 5-star review, send us a screenshot on Instagram at Brohio Podcast, or Gmail, brohiopodcast@gmail.com, or Facebook Messenger. I don't know. Wherever you want to send it.
Fuck it.
Send us your address
you can
with
find
a screenshot. Yeah.
Yeah. We're almost to our goal number.
Well, I have a new goal. I want to get 1,000 reviews now, okay. Rob. I want to march straight to 1,000.
So you're ready to bury the opposition?
You going to that funeral? Hey, what funeral, bro? That one where I buried my dick in your fucking mouth, bitch. That's so nasty. That's the nastiest thing I ever seen, Rob.
Whew.
Yeah. Now we're talking about the Appalachian Mountains.
Whew, yeah.
Mountaintops.
Good old mountain men.
And the pronunciation, don't get too upset about this.
It depends on who you ask.
Appalachian, Appalachia. There's like 1,000 different pronunciations for this region of the United States.
Yeah, don't crucify us.
But let me tell you about this region of the United States. We got monsters, we got fucking devil cats, we got murders, we got ghosts. We have ghosts that were used in trials to bear witness for murder, Rob, dog.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't think I said it at the beginning of this episode, but I am the delicious Nickalicious. This is Rob Dog.
Yeah, we didn't say that?
I don't think we did.
I think that by this point, if you're new, you don't know who we are, but if you're here for your turn, you know our stupid voices.
You can call me Nick if you want. I kind of like that. You can call me Nick. I think
I'm Rob, so yeah.
Divulged in the last episode. My brothers used to call me Dickless Nicholas's child.
Yeah, you did.
Because it just looked like I had a cavern with 2 raisins hanging there. That's all it looked like when I was a kid until I got the surgery. Now I look like a big scary man. We just did the interview with Matt.
Yeah.
We cut away. So there's going to be an interview with Matt at the end. He sponsored the episode. But Rob, tell us about the Appalachian region of the United States of America.
Sure. I don't have a ton of stuff here, but it's for the most part, the mountain range that's running across North America along the eastern side. It covers roughly about 1,400 miles. So this goes from the Newfoundland Island all the way down into Alabama. So this is pretty much, the entire eastern coast of.
And the Appalachian is not just a mountain range, it's also a culture, okay? It's like it's a way of life. There's Appalachian people, they stay in these mountains. I've talked to some people that are familiar with Appalachia, and they say there's just regions of Appalachia you don't go to. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You just fucking stay away from it because they police their own people. They kind of do their own thing there. It's almost like it's not part of the United States of America.
Right.
It's kind of like an island that is kind of ran by a bunch of fucking retarded rednecks. But then there's different parts of Appalachia.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of normal people in those mountains, just people like you and I. Maybe not as bad as you and I, Rob, but some of our listeners, just normal people that like to live in the mountains and not be near, and I wouldn't mind that.
Just off the grid a little bit.
Yeah, get the fuck out of town.
Yep. And so, I mean, going with all that, which is, it kind of goes along with it, that having your own little space out in the woods and away from people, away from all the bright city lights, you're probably gonna see some shit that you wouldn't see, running through Dayton. And
that's what we're going to cover here. There's so many cryptozoology type beasts, type Bigfoots, and goddamn sheepmen.
There's so much weird shit.
I know.
Ugh, it's real weird.
And we haven't done a cryptozoology episode yet.
Yeah.
Well, I eventually want to get the Mothman and Bigfoot and all that stuff. We did the Loveland Frogman, but there's a lot of weird beasts in this one that I'm excited to talk about.
Oh yeah.
And this is going to be ghosts and murders too. So don't think you're not going to get your regular dose of that.
This is a goodie bag.
It's a plethora of shit. It's like reaching down to scratch your nuts and bringing your hand back up, and there's something creamy on it, and you're like, I did not intend for that to happen, but I'm gonna. That's bad.
You reach your hand down to scratch your nuts and find a vagina.
Yeah. Oh, look at that thing.
Oh, that feels good.
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
If you're a listener of the Bro Ohio podcast show and you're a man with a vagina, what's it sound like when you flip it with your fingers? Is it like what is it? Write us. Let us know what it feels like. We do these listener polls where we ask people weird questions.
Yeah.
And you have people write us and tell us, answer the question. And I wanted to ask people this week, do you shit naked?
Sometimes.
All right.
If I'm about to get in the shower, yes.
Yeah. The worst is pooping when you get right out of the shower because it's all slippery. And you
hate it.
And I've reached a point in my life that I'm so fat that my ass creates a vacuum seal around the toilet, so my body's completely dry. But then there's like an 18-inch diameter circle around like my ass from where it was in the toilet seat. It's sweating like the fucking Mojave Desert, like someone lit the desert on fire. That's what my ass is sweating. The toilet, say the whole toilet holds 2 gallons of water. I put another gallon of sweat in it when I'm shitting from all the sweat that comes off my ass, Rob.
That sounds delightful.
It's such a tasteless podcast. Yeah. I told you, Mom, if you listen to these boys, you're going to get sick.
Oh, I always forget that your mom listens.
That's fine.
She's so ashamed.
I love my mother. I love my wife, I love my kids, and I love my mama.
Well, where do you want to start this fucking shit show of an episode?
Well, I got some stuff here.
All right. Let's lay it on me.
A lot of the stuff, like we said, goes with the culture. We got a lot of dark tales, beasts, ghosts, monsters, folklore. This is just a quick list of the things as far as not run-of-the-mill people or animals that have all been spotted in the Appalachian Mountains, okay? So we got the Mothman, the Flatwoods Monster, the Goat Man, White Things, that's what they're called, or AKA Devil Dogs, Sheep Squatch.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It walked out, it was wobbling. It was like a giant Bigfoot, but it had a big old woolly pussy hanging off the back of its back. I think it might have been a sheep squatch, or it was a Bigfoot that stepped on a sheep. We're just going to call it a sheep squatch because I definitely think it had a vagina between its shoulder blades, and it was big and hairy and white. We got the Snallygaster,
which I'm going to go over that one. That is a fucking good one.
Yeah, we got Devil Monkeys, the Grass Man, the Wampus Beast, which the Wampus Beast, that's when you accidentally shit your pants and you just have to walk around in it for about 3 hours. We also have the Hopkinsville Goblins, which we did an episode on them. You can go back. Yeah. The story of the Little Green Men. We covered that. Awesome story. Awesome interview. We got the Alien Big Cats.
Old shitty kitties.
You got the Bob kitties, you got the shitty kitties, you got the good kitties and the bad kitties. We got the Vegetable Man.
Oh.
Give me some of that yayo, motherfucker. Give me some of that good. We got the West Virginia Yahoo.
Got that in here too.
The Wood Booger, which I will cover on the Wood Booger. What's a Wood Booger? Tennessee Wild Man, Beast of Bears, Orange Eyes, the Bushman, I'm a Bushman, Pennsylvania White Bigfoot, not the Black Bigfoot, he sits at the back of the restaurant, Beaver Run Snowgator, Cumberland Dragon. Ooh. Just bend over, sweetheart. I'm going to give you some of that Cumberland Dragon real quick. I'm going to pinch your nose and push your head down on it real hard. You're going to be breathing the white stuff out your nose like the Cumberland Dragon. We got the Appalachian Chupacabra,
Oh,
the Wanderlight, Whirling Wimpus, the Catawba River Runner. But I'm going to tell you about the Woodbooker, Rob.
all right. Lay it on me.
It's
Make it a juicy one.
it's actually it's an old man that walks around farms in the county there, and he just wipes boogers on the barns. So then you come out, you're like, what the devil's been out here walking around and wiping boogers on my barn? Just goddamn wood booger out here wiping boogers on my shit. I don't like it because I can't. These boogers, they dry. They're so goddamn hard. You chip the fucking boogers off. It knocks the paint off your barn.
I really wish that's what it was.
You got to repaint your barn because you chipped all the wood boogers off.
Oh, man.
The wood booger is a humanoid that lives in the mid-Appalachian Mountains. The name wood booger was given to the creature because it was often rumored to carry off young children like the boogeyman. Come here. Come with the wood booger. This cryptid was featured in the Animal Planet TV show Finding Bigfoot. There have been a particularly large amount of sightings outside the town of Saltville, Virginia. This small town is also the center of numerous devil monkey sightings and reports indicating that the area is a great habitat for hairy humanoids. Hey, you need to shave that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Are the devil monkeys the thing that was in Wizard of Oz?
The devil monkeys when your wife's on the rag and you're like 13 beers deep and you're just going to smash anyway. It doesn't matter. You're going to smash. That's Dancing with the Devil Monkey.
You're back behind. You purposely say the wrong names and she starts flailing arms and legs.
Veronica!
What? You just hold on for the ride.
Yeah. That Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. Okay, now we got the Wampus Beast. Oh my God. Wampus Beasts are large panther cat-like creatures. These are the nastiest shitty kitties.
Yeah.
With glowing eyes. Cherokee folklore says that a Cherokee woman distrusted her husband, imagine that, and was curious about his whereabouts while he hunted. Even the Cherokees were going out on their fucking women.
He was fucking a cat.
Yeah, he was fucking that pussy. So she put on an animal hide and spied on her husband.
Oh my gosh, that's dedication.
I have probably dated 3 of those before I met my wonderful wife.
I can't even be mad if I get caught like that. Like, good for you, A, for effort.
That thing stinks. Take it off. I ain't doing shit on you.
She walks out, he's fucking the dog.
Jesus Christ. Moments later, guards found her and cast spells on her, and the hides were formed onto her. This created the legend of the Wampus Beast. Now, we have various sightings all around the mountains. There. Most of the we have a Willie McQuillan from the Ames team on the show Mountain Monsters encountered it when he was 9 years old. His parents told him to get something from the shed late at night. He went out and became face to face with a jet black panther-like creature with glowing eyes. The creature gave a weird, high-pitched, hissing-like sound, which frightened him back into the house. Many years later, on his same farm, he had the same kind of creature with the beast, exactly like the encounter he had as a 9-year-old. He also lost a lot of his pigs to the beast. They're bacon fans, what can you say? Another encounter around the same area happened when a lady was driving a school bus late at night, and a creature that was black and large leaped out of the woods in front of the bus. The Wampus Beast is also known as the Wampus Cat or the Wampus Kitty, which is also my nickname for my dick. You're going to get some of this Wampus Kitty. Folklore says that it was a witch late at night that turned herself into an unusual cat-like creature. It is rumored to stay in sewers. Oh, it's a shitty kitty for sure.
Yeah, it is.
And it has a repulsive stench.
Just like a shitty kitty would.
You smell that? You smell that, Ted? It's that goddamn Wampus Beast. Ain't no one of them shitty kitties running around here. It's that goddamn Wampus Beast. Oh, it also says it kidnaps children.
Yeah, why not? I got a quick one.
Okay, shoot.
I'll go into the Yahoo. I think it's the West Virginia Yahoo. Or Yahoo. Whatever. I like Yahoo. It's a funner name.
All them boys from West Virginia, a bunch of goddamn Yahoos, man.
So this is pretty much the Appalachian Bigfoot.
Do you know how to circumcise a man from West Virginia?
Know how?
You just kick his sister in the jaw.
Ow.
So mean.
So this creature gained its name the Yahoo due to the extremely loud sound that it makes that actually sounds like that. So go ahead and let's hear the sound.
Of a Yahoo?
Yeah, do the Yahoo sound. There you go. So if you hear that, you're fucked. So
coming for your booty.
The Yahoo is reported as being brown and smaller than a normal Sasquatch. Now,
That's because he shit on himself.
smaller, but he's still 6 to 8 feet tall. Now, unlike a traditional Sasquatch, it's said to be actually highly aggressive, territorial, and very dangerous. That's all I got on it.
I looked out the window. There's a Yahoo pissing on the fence. I think he thinks it's his territory. I don't know. We got many Yahoos around here. I don't know. I love Yoo-hoos. Those are good. Chocolate water.
Oh, Yoo-hoos are good.
I don't ever want to encounter a Yahoo.
Nah, I'm good.
I got the vegetable man here.
Go for it.
Okay.
I love these names. This is the best part.
Well, West Virginia has played host to an extraordinary number of unusual creatures. They range from the widely known Mothman of Point Pleasant to the Flatwoods monster in Braxton County.
Braxton.
Few, however, even within the state itself, have heard the strange case of West Virginia's own vegetable man. He grew up real big and strong because he ate his goddamn broccoli. Kids, this is the vegetable man. If this is how you want to be when you get older, then eat your broccoli. The vegetable man was said to be very tall, arguably over 7 feet, thin, with a semi-human shape. It also appeared to be partially plant-based. He was made of marijuanas and possessed large ears with striking eyes that oscillated in colors.
Is that a cucumber in your pants?
That's my dick. Going from red to yellow, that was his eyes did, very rapidly. Its arms were thin and gave the impression of weeds by a riverbank. On the ends of its long fingers were suction cups, which had horns protruding from them. I think it'd be fun to jerk off with suction cup fingers.
With horny suction cups.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Ow, it got in my sesame seed.
In 1988, in the woods around Fairmont, West Virginia, Jennings Frederick was out for a hunt. As he moved through the woods in search of game, Frederick heard an odd noise. He then pulled his pants down and checked to see if maybe he sharted. It sounded like a record player running faster than it should. A sort of high-pitched jabbering.
There it goes. That was too well played.
Did you play the fucking Mexican hat dance just now?
No, I was thinking. I was doing hello, my lady.
Okay. Okay. When he tracked down the source of the sound, he came face to face with the creature.
Oh shit!
Jennings would go on to say that the being looked weakened, sickly, like he had not been eating his cauliflower. The jabbering increased. Suddenly, he could make out the words. Hints at telepathic communication there.
Oh, okay.
So this vegetable man he's got telekinesis too.
Yeah, he can talk in your head.
And the vegetable man said,
"You need not fear me. I wish to communicate. I come as a friend. We know of you all. I come in peace. I wish medical assistance. I need your help."
That's pretty polite.
With that, the creature lunged at him and wrapped Frederick up in surprisingly strong arms. Frederick was unable to break away from the embrace. "I know I'm a Bigfoot, but I just want to fuck you so bad.
He's a hugger.
I want to put this red rocket all the way up in between your butt cheeks so hard." Frederick found himself enthralled by the flashing colors of the creature's eyes.
Your eyes are so pretty, I just want to let you.
"I want to stick my carrot right in your butt." Then almost as quickly as it pounced, the vegetable man raced away up a hill. Frederick then claimed to hear a deep humming from the other side of the hill. That was a fellow resident shoving the vegetable man into a fucking juicer. Turned him into a protein shake. He surmised that it might have been the sound of the creature's ship taking off. So he's a fucking
So it's a gray
telekinesis vegetable alien. God damn.
That's pretty sweet. I like that.
Fucking where that lab's at. I want to go check that out. Son of a bitch.
How do you even go from there?
We are 30 minutes in and I haven't got a fucking clue what we're talking about right now.
Oh man, it's only going to get worse. Next, I got the Dueo. Now this is
Boom boom, the man said Dueo. Dueo.
This is similar to the
boom boom.
God damn it, here, keep doing that. This is similar to the Yahoo. This is another large humanoid hairy creature. This one's actually runs around 7 to 9 feet tall. Now, they don't resemble what a Sasquatch would typically look like.
What, a sheep squatch?
Yeah. Sasquatch, you would typically think of them as like tall, like ape-like humanoid, like people-person hybrid. The Dueo actually resembles a bipedal wolf and has a big old bushy tail. So it's a big old wolf man. This creature has been spotted by hunters, campers, park rangers, a lot of people. So it's kind of a common thing here.
And mind you, people, these have all been spotted in the same. This is all in the same area of the United States, the same mountain range. So,
and these are all like reports. There's tons of reports that have witnessed all these,
right,
or what people have believed are these creatures. And
yes,
I think so. Others haven't physically saw the creature, but they have heard its howl in the night.
If you're a listener of the Brohio Podcast Show and you've ever made love to a Dueo, write us on Instagram at Brohio Podcast. Send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Draw us a picture of its dick. Now, it is similar to the Yahoo in that it is also aggressive. It's a mean little shit, and it is often attributed to cattle in that area being slaughtered.
So he's a fucking alien too.
Yeah, he slaughters cows. He slaughters dogs. A lot of reports come up about dogs that have been completely mutilated. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And there's also reports where this is would really fuck me up. That the Dueo would rush out of the woods and lunge at cars that are driving down the road, and then it would actually attack the people. Now, there is a report by a man using the alias John Becker. He describes a man who came across a 9-foot-tall wolf man with bristly hair and a prominent tail. He went to see why his dogs were barking wildly when he went outside and the Dueo got up on its hind legs and then did a good snarl. Let me hear a snarl.
Boom, 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 Dueo.
And then it lunged at the man, slashing at him with his claws. And this, of course, from here, the man went back inside and just watched as the creature paced around outside and then disappeared back into the woods.
So he didn't leave him even after he kicked his ass. He's like,
fuck this.
This is my fucking yard, and I'm staying here.
He kicked his ass and just kept on walking around outside.
Yes, that's a good one. That's the Dueo there.
Bitch.
From there, we go to the Snarly Yow.
Have you ever heard the song about the Dueo before?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
All right.
Just keep going with your research.
Okay, I'm ready. Snarly Yow. We got another wolf-like creature.
What is it called?
The Snarly Yow. There's a couple different names for it, but I just like calling it the Snarly Yow.
Snarly Yow?
Yeah.
This is like what it fucking sounds like when you step on your dog's foot. Snarly Yow. You made a Snarly Yow. Don't step on the dog's foot.
So this is a giant black dog with a huge red mouth and jagged fangs. It is also called the Black Dog or the Dog Fiend.
He did an album with Dr. Dre back in the 90s.
Fuck. Now,
getting the corners of the no-nos, girl.
Reports of this creature are like, fuck, I can't even know where to go from there. This creature is reported in a specific area in the Appalachian Mountains. It's around a pass where Old National Road cuts across a brook and a canyon. So it's in a specific area.
You're gonna go about 15 trees and then turn right at the cave. And that's when the Bow Wow and the Yayo, they stay right there and they record their albums there in the cave. The dog. Dog. Go check them out. They got sweet tea. They got submarine sandwiches. Little Debbie cream pies.
Ooh, I love those.
So do I, Rob.
Delicious. The Snarly Yow is also said to be a shapeshifter of sorts.
Be careful for that Snarly Yow. He'll come out dressed as a gypsy whore, and then you pull your dick out, and then you got a goddamn werewolf in front of you. Bite your dick off.
Oh man, I can't even.
Thought you were butt fucking a stripper, and you got a yayo.
Yayo.
Yowie. You got a snarly yow. You got a snarly yowie. Gonna bite your dick off.
The snarly gal can change its color from black and white and also grow or shrink at will. I don't know what the benefits are of it shrinking.
No, it's too big for you. Here, I can make it smaller.
Make it a little bit smaller. There's also reports of hunters that have shot at it. They recall that the bullets actually are passed right through the creature.
What if it threw the bullets back at him?
Ow, that hurts.
And it said "fuck you" on them when they came back.
Like burned into it. Others claim that they saw the creature walk through walls and trees. What? And the snarly owl actually has a history as well of being an asshole. In colonial times, this is fucking hilarious. In colonial times, it's said that it would appear just in time to startle horses so that they would throw their riders off, and then it would just disappear. So it would just scare the horses, just throw the people off.
Fucking mayhem maker.
Yeah. And also in modern times, it's said as well, it lunges in front of cars, which would cause the driver to swerve to avoid hitting them because they think it's going to be a dog, and they'd crash. And when they would actually get out to check to see if the creature was okay, it would growl and then bare its fangs and then disappear into thin air.
Oh my god.
Hikers also reported seeing it on paths, and when they try to try to make it move, it won't move, and it'll force them pretty much to take alternate routes.
Jesus Christ.
But unlike the Dueo, it is actually not really into attacking humans, so
just scaring the piss out of them.
It just likes to scare. It's a little prankster.
I like to envision my snarly EAO wearing like a Chicago Bulls jersey and maybe a backwards ball cap. He's got some Black and Milds in his pocket.
Big gold chain?
Yeah, just looking to, he's out trying to make his YouTube channel and shit, trying to
timeless
make a
plug into SoundCloud.
Yeah.
After this is my favorite one.
All right.
This is the Snallygaster. So this is when
Snallygaster.
The description of this one is absolutely perfect. This thing is a complete abomination. It
sounds like another name for a snot rocket.
You keep on fucking with me, I'm gonna blow them snallygasters all over the back of your neck. I don't care. I'll blow it right on there. It doesn't matter to me.
I guess it sounds like what an old Southern gentleman would try to refer as a pussy.
Yeah,
I touched my wife's snallygaster last night.
It's a fucking West Virginia orgy. Hey, come on down here. We're going to have a big old snallygaster. We got Virginia and Petunia. They're both coming down. I don't think Virginia, she probably ain't shaved in about 3 weeks, and it looks like she's got buckwheat and a leg lock down there. I mean, it's real nasty, but it's going to be a real slobbery snallygaster if you come down.
Well, dag-nabbit, Cecil, if you go over there and if you talk to Sally, she'll show you your snallygaster for cream pie. That's exactly what I think of.
I'll give it cream pie.
Oh, yeah. So this monstrosity is a cross between, it's a cross between a reptile and a bird, but it's got an alligator-like head with a beak full of sharp fangs.
But it takes on the form of a NASCAR driver whenever it's out amongst public.
It's got sharp talons, and it's got a 25-foot wingspan. What?
Christ almighty, it's a fucking vampire dragon.
It is ridiculous. So some reports also note that it has tentacles and even poisonous breath. I know some people with poisonous breath.
I'm not going to say any names.
No, I don't. I won't mention any names
God
here.
Bless America.
This creature can actually be traced all the way back to the 1730s. German settlers of the area claimed that they were terrorized by a flying reptilian monster that they called Schnillergeist.
Well, think about what you people did to the Jewish people, okay? So I don't feel bad for a snallygaster flying around fucking your kids.
Well, this is centuries later, but still.
I don't care, Rob.
The Schnillergeist, or the quick spirit as it translates to. This thing would swoop down real quick and suck on the victim's blood.
Or their tits.
Whichever they could get to first. Now, February and March of 1909, let's take a couple centuries jump here. Several news publications printed stories in the local news coming from, or that would talk about terrifying winged beasts with claws like steel hooks and an eye in the center of its forehead and a screech that sounded like a locomotive whistle.
I don't know what it was, but it looked like it got hit with a bag of what the fuck. It's uglier than sin.
Excuse me. So publicity around this time got so crazy about this creature that the Smithsonian Institute actually offered a reward for its skin, and President Theodore Roosevelt,
oh, motherfucking badass right there,
allegedly considered putting off an African safari so he could hunt the creature.
Dude, he was a fucking roughneck, man.
Bad motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is believed that a simple 5-pointed star will keep it away.
Yeah, just like a devil star.
You want to know the coolest thing that I think about the snallygaster that I found out is
He's a carrier of HIV.
that would explain a lot.
Okay.
Its mortal enemy is the Dwayyo. So there are reports of these two.
Dwayyo!
There's reports of these two creatures having super vicious, epic fights. So this is this is perfect time for an animal fight.
Animal fights.
Who are you picking to take home the trophy?
I gotta go with my dude Dwayyo. Rob.
Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna go snallygaster, man.
I will put my Dwayyo up against your snallygaster any day.
Hey, Dwayyo!
Let's rub them together, see if we can start a fire.
Oh man,
I want you to slide your Dwayyo so deep in my snallygaster that when you pull it out, you got teeth stuck in the head of your Dwayyo.
I want to see some recreation, some drawings of the snallygaster from you guys.
Put up some pictures of what you think the Dwayyo looks like.
Yeah.
The snallygaster.
It's a lizard bird with an alligator head and a beak full of fangs and some eagle talons.
It's like a big old slimy vagina is what it looks like.
With huge wings.
Yeah, put some wings on that vajayjay.
Yeah.
So is that it for the cryptoids, Rob?
Yeah, man, that's all I got.
There's, so, like we talked, there's a lot of weird culture, weird superstitions, weird ghosts, all kinds of things to go along with the Appalachian culture.
Yeah.
Some things that I checked out were some kind of corny superstitions that they have.
Okay.
So I'm going to read you off some of these superstitions.
I like it.
All right. The first one, a cat eating grass foretells rain.
Okay.
So you see that?
Kind of like cows laying down.
You see that shitty kitty out up in the yard eating some grass. You know it's getting ready to be all wet outside. Also, a dog howling at night is portent of death. So if you see a dog howling, I mean someone's going to fucking die.
All right.
Pretty fucking simple.
I get that.
Visitors should always depart by the same door they entered to prevent bad luck to themselves and their hosts.
Okay.
I love little superstitions like that. Like,
yeah.
One thing my dad always told me, when you move into a new house, the first thing you take into the new house is salt, a broom, and a loaf of bread. And you take in the salt to keep away the evil spirits. You take in the broom so your house will always be clean. And you take in the bread so your family is never hungry. And every house I've moved into, that's the first things I've brought in with me. I've never had ghosts in my home.
All right.
I have been hungry before, but not because I didn't have food, because I didn't feel like cooking the fucking food, Rob. And what was the last one? My house is a fucking goddamn train wreck all the time, so the broom has done nothing.
The broom, yeah. I know in New York or New Jersey, or maybe both, it's superstition when you buy a new car, you have to throw change in the back seat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or in the floor.
I've never heard that before.
Yep.
I just throw like empty soda cans in my floor. That seems to work for me.
That's what I do.
Now, also, it's one of their superstitions that says milk or food stolen from a neighbor and fed to a child will cure whooping cough.
Okay.
You hear a window break, like, who the fuck is it? Hey, I gotta get this whooping cough taken care of and get some goddamn cheese and bread out of your fucking refrigerator.
Martin's stealing our bread.
It's fine, let it take it. Lizzie has the whooping cough.
Oh, okay.
Away from home and sick, there are two cures for it. One is to look up the chimney in the house where the homesick person is visiting or residing. Another is to sprinkle salt between the sheet and the mattress on the bed that you're sleeping on. That's for when you're homesick.
Okay.
If I lay in the fucking bed and one of you sons of bitches have put salt in there, I will be so fucking mad. I don't care if it's between the box spring and the mattress. I don't care.
Right.
Put salt in my bed. I'm going to be upset. Just like I can tell my kids have been eating in my bed.
Ooh, that shit's hard to get out, man.
Nothing pisses me off more than goddamn cookie crumbs in my bed sheets, man.
Stores.
The first visitor on New Year's Day to a home will determine whether the firstborn on that homestead for the year, person or animal, will be male or female, according to the sex of the visitor. So the first friend you have over on New Year's Day, that's what the baby's going to be. Whether it's a fucking horse baby, whether it's a fucking snarling yayo, whether it's a vegetable man, doesn't matter what kind of baby it is. Also, if you have a fucking stupid kid that's having a lot of problems with math, reading, whatever problems he may be have. Well, I will say he, because for the most part, girls do a lot better in school than boys. But if he's having a problem with math or reading, you put the corresponding textbook under his pillow and make him sleep with it. So if he's having a problem with trigonometry, you take a trigonometry textbook and you make him sleep with it under his pillow. And that's said to cure his fucking his shitty school skills he's got going on there. Also, seizures. Now, the medical field has come a long way in terms of seizures. We've covered this before.
Mm-hmm.
It used to just be fits. Like, that's how it was diagnosed. But it says, if a child has a fit or a seizure, turn his shirt inside out and burn it.
What the fuck?
The action was thought to be a sure cure for fits and seizures. Also, in my notes here, it says frog in the grave, and I have not a fucking clue what that means. I think there was something about a frog jumping in a grave. Maybe I can pause and find that out for you guys real quick. So we tried to find it. We can't find it. Something about a frog leaping in the grave. I don't know. Look it up, guys.
Yeah, it fucks you or something.
We are not good researchers.
No.
Decent fathers, moderately funny, not good researchers. So this transitions into a few ghost stories I have here.
Bring on the spook.
This is a good one. This is the legend of Octavia Hatcher. Now, Mrs. Hatcher had just given birth to her first child, Jacob.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Octavia. When she came down with a mysterious illness in January of 1891. Her little boy died just a short time after being born, and locals believe that Octavia soon began suffering from depression.
Okay.
For good reason.
Yeah.
The depression evolved into something much worse, a coma-like state. The doctors eventually lost their battle with this disease, and Octavia died on May 2nd of that same year. Within several days, many people in town began experiencing a similar illness and also drifted into a sleep-like state. The town's doctor soon realized his mistake in the diagnosis of Octavia, and it dawned on him that she had likely been buried alive.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker! The doctor ordered her body to be exhumed, and she was dug up that day, much to their horrors, not prostitutes, but horror, like scary. Those who opened the casket discovered that she had obviously died a terrible death caused by asphyxiation.
Oh, my gosh.
There were scratch marks in the casket lid where Octavia had tried to escape.
Oh.
Mrs. Hatcher was reinterred in the same family plot. To this day, there are stories about a misty apparition around the grave. Local residents swear that they hear crying in the area near Octavia's gravesite at night. Some say that it sounds like a kitten mewing. Mew. But no cats, no shitty kitties have ever been seen in the cemetery or around the grave, Rob.
That has to be one of the scariest ways to die.
How do you want to die? I want to be buried alive.
I don't think it's ever been uttered before.
I don't fucking care as long as I got Wi-Fi and Doritos.
Like, obviously, the most painful would have to be burning to death.
Yeah.
But I'd say being buried alive is fucking terrifying.
That would be awful.
Unless it's like Kill Bill and you can just...
Yeah. I don't know I've never seen that movie.
Oh my God.
Is Adam Sandler in that one?
No.
Okay. How long do you think you could live off just Doritos by themselves?
Just Doritos?
Doritos and water.
Okay, Doritos and water. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier. I don't think I can get much to drink out of Doritos. I think probably a while.
Scientifically proven that if you crush a Dorito hard enough, you can get Mountain Dew.
You can milk it.
You can get Mountain Dew. I have nipples, Rob. Can you milk me?
I don't know. I think I could last a little while.
Yeah, I have another question for you. Well, we'll save it for the Patreon.
Okay.
Go check out the Patreon for one of the coolest questions ever. Now, the Greenbrier ghost, Rob. This is the main event of this episode, I feel like.
All right.
But then you put the yayo on me and all that shit. You gave me some good stuff, but I feel like this is the shooting star of this episode because this is the first time in American history and the only time that actually a ghost was used as a witness, pretty much, in court proceedings of a murder trial.
I'm ready.
I'm fucking not, Rob.
There's a lot here, so
Yeah.
good luck.
This story is about Ava Zona Heister. Not
Shoe.
Heister. Ava Zona Heister Shoe. That's 4 names she had. She was born in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, around 1873. And we say around 1873 because that stupid fucking state they kept shitty fucking records. And not to mention it was the Appalachian Mountains, so it was even shittier records.
Yeah.
In October 1896, she met a drifter by the name of,
All these names. What the fuck?
I can't even fucking say it, Erasmus Stribling Trout Shoe.
Stribling trout shoe.
Stribling Trout Shoe.
That sounds like a insult.
How big's your dick?
I don't like to call it a dick. I like to call it my Stribling Trout Shoe. You want to take a look at it real quick. But his friends and confidants called him Edward. And for the sake of Ohio podcast, we're going to call him Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie. Okay.
He was arriving in the area to start a new life as a blacksmith. A blacksmith, they're people that get paid to beat horses, make metal. What's a blacksmith? They make metal shit, right?
Is that Will Smith's brother?
Oh,
Womp womp.
we got to edit that one out. Oh, God. I think a blacksmith, they make metal shit. Or they make leather. I don't know. That's how uneducated Rob and I are.
Blacksmith. They make metal stuff.
Okay. He went to work in the shop of, the shop owned by James Crookshanks, which is located just off the old Midland Trail, right down there by the Yayu cave. All the public roads were unpaved in those days, and with the county being given over to rolling hills, it was a perfect place to find plenty of horses and cattle. A blacksmith would find plenty of work in Greenbrier County, and Fast Eddie did just that. Ava and Fast Eddie got to know one another not long after he arrived in town. There was very strong attraction, and it didn't take very long for them to get married. You know, you're young. You've been having sex with your cousin your whole life. You finally meet someone who's not your cousin. It does some stuff for you down in your loins, Rob. You're going to want to get it in. You're going to want to lock her down.
Yeah.
There was a tad bit of an obstacle for them to get married, though. Fast Eddie was actually, he was the vegetable man. He didn't have a real dick. He had a giant chunk of cauliflower with ranch on it. And bitches love ranch. So that's why she liked him so much.
Makes sense.
The obstacle was Ava's mom fucking hated Fast Eddie and knew that there was something off about him. And Ava's mother's name was Mary Jane Robinson Heaster.
Mary Jane.
And in school they called her Heaster the Keister because she had the most beautiful hips. That old Mary Heaster the Keister. And she didn't want them together. She wanted him to fucking die in a car fire and perish on the side of the roadway. But for the next several months, they lived together as husband and wife. Then on January 23rd, 1897, Fast Eddie, okay, so he's at the blacksmith shop. He's working for the day. He sends a kid named Andy Jones from the shop. He sends him to his house where him and Ava live at. He wanted the kid to ask Ava if she needed anything from the store. When Andy arrived, he found Ava sprawled out at the bottom of the stairs inside the house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she did. Her feet were together, and one hand on her abdomen and the other lying next to her. Her head was turned slightly to one side. Her eyes were wide open and staring. Even to the small boy, he could tell right away that she was dead. He ran home to his mom and told her what was going on. Now, the local doctor, and he also served as the coroner, Dr. George Knapp, was summoned to the house, and it took him nearly an hour to arrive to the scene of her death. Okay, by the time that the coroner arrived, Fast Eddie had already made it back to the house. He carried her upstairs to their bed. Now, the reason he took her upstairs to the bedroom is because he was a necrophiliac and he fucked her. He wanted to get it one last time. Now, back then, it was a custom for the ladies. They would normally dress the body up for the funerals. They would wash the body, but he took it upon himself to go ahead and do that. So when the coroner arrived, she already had on a high-necked, stiff-collared dress that was covering her neck, and a veil had been placed over her face. Now, while the coroner examined her and tried to determine a cause of death, Fast Eddie stayed by his wife's side, cradling her head and sobbing. Because of Eddie's obvious grief, the coroner gave the body only a cursory examination, although he did notice some bruising on her neck. When he tried to look closer, old Fast Eddie, he reacted violently, so that the physician ended the examination and he left. So, right off the bat here, we got some fishy shit going on.
Got some foul play.
Yeah. Initially, he listed her cause of death as everlasting faint
Wow.
and then as childbirth.
Okay.
The reasons for death back then, the absolute fucking best.
Everlasting faint. So in other words, you're saying they died.
Yeah.
She died by died.
Yeah, dead because of dead.
She died real good.
It is unknown whether Zona, Zona, that's her name. No, that's her last name. It's unknown whether Ava was pregnant or not, but for 2 weeks prior to her death, the doctor/coroner had been treating her for, quote, female trouble.
Jeez, dude.
Good luck solving that riddle, Doc. Jesus. Her parents were notified. They were about 15 miles away, and the moment that they were notified of her death, her mother immediately said, "The devil has killed her." Now, she knew that there was something awry with this Fast Eddie fucking character, that she didn't like him. She didn't want them to get married. But the next day, they took her body via carriage to her parents' house. Now, Fast Eddie accompanied the carriage. During the open coffin viewing, he stayed right next to her head and showed complete devotion to that. So he was not no matter who tried to pull him away from the area of her head, the people he would not leave the casket near where her head was at.
Okay.
Those who came to pay their respects during the wake pointed out some fairly bizarre behavior on the part of Fast Eddie. His grief changed back and forth between overwhelming sadness and manic energy. He allowed no one to get close to the coffin, especially while he was placing a pillow on one side of her head and a rolled up cloth on the other side. He told the people that were visiting for the wake, he explained that he was helping Ava rest easier. That's why he was putting the cloth and the pillow on both
weirdo.
sides of her neck. She's sleeping forever. Won't you just give her a fucking break?
She's got the everlasting
She
faint.
got goddamn killed. I'm just trying to let her sleep peacefully, and you won't even let me give her a goddamn pillow.
Pillow.
Oh, my God.
A pillow.
A goddamn pillow.
In addition, he tied a large scarf around her neck and explained tearfully, "It'd been Ava's favorite scarf." That's why he put the scarf around her neck, because it was her favorite scarf. Now, when it came time to finally move the corpse to the cemetery, several people noticed that there seemed to be a strange looseness to Ava's head.
I don't think her head's supposed to be swinging back and forth like that.
Every time the horse hits a bump, her head bobs around like she's giving the best blowjob she's ever done in her entire life.
After the wake, Mary Jane, which is Ava's mom, she took the sheet from inside of the coffin and later tried to return it to Fast Eddie, but he refused. He didn't want it. She folded it back up to put it away. She noticed that it had a particular odor, and if any of you have been around someone with significant blood loss, blood has a very strong iron smell to it.
Mhm.
It's potent, and you can smell
Metallic.
it. Yeah. So she decided to wash the sheet. She washed the sheet, and when she dropped the sheet into a basin, the water inside turned blood red.
Oh my gosh.
Strangely, the sheet then turned pink, and the color in the water vanished. Mary Jane then boiled the sheet and hung it outside for several days, but the stain could not be removed. She interpreted the eerie blood stains as a sign that Ava had been murdered. That was when she began to pray. Because prayer, Rob, solves everything. And I am a firm believer in that.
On Facebook it does.
One like, one prayer for Nick's ball sack.
She prayed every night for the next 4 weeks that her daughter would reveal herself as a ghost and tell her the truth of what transpired during her death. For 4 straight nights, Ava appeared to her mother's bedside as a ghost, okay? She would appear as a bright light at first, then the apparition would take form, making the room entirely cold. She would wake her mom up and tell her over and over that her husband murdered her. Fast Eddie was a wife beater, she said. That
Piece of shit.
Yeah. He attacked her because he thought she did not cook any meat for supper.
Jesus Christ.
You better have my goddamn pot roast in that thing right there. Whip your dadgum ass.
If I come back and find the vegetable man on the table again, I'm going to be pissed, lady.
if we're eating applesauce and no pork chops, you're going to be picking teeth up off the stairs.
So in his fit of rage, this is according to Ava's testimony as a ghost,
Yeah, the ghost.
he broke her neck. To prove this, the ghost completely spun her head around 360 degrees. Her mother then fainted and died herself. No, I mean that part. No, she didn't die. So the mom went to the prosecutor with the info and persuaded him after a lengthy private meeting. Is Mr. Gump, Ms. Gump? It was one of those kind of meetings, I think.
Mhm.
If you've watched Forrest Gump, you know what I'm talking about. The prosecutor went and spoke to the coroner, and the coroner admitted that he half-assed the autopsy. You fucking dickhead.
Jeez, dropped the ball.
So that crazy fucker was in there. He had her dressed up like a goddamn Barbie doll. It smelled like cum and hot, burnt gerbil hair. I didn't know what the fuck was going on in there.
Cum and hot, burnt gerbil hair. That's what my asshole smells like right now.
It really does.
Smell it. Smell that chili cheese burrito.
Yep.
Oh, it smells like burnt gerbil hair. Jesus. Now, so he ordered that the body be dug back up and a full autopsy was performed. Which they did dig the body up, and they took the body to the nearest location that the exam could be performed, which was the Nickel Schoolhouse. They sent
Makes sense.
yeah, they sent all the kids home from school that day early. Kids, get on the bus. We gotta chop this dead body up. Now, Fast Eddie complained to the newspaper and was very upset about the process. I guess this happened during the month of January, so the cold temperatures did help preserve the body and kept it in a very autopsy friendly stage. The officers, now there was several people that were there for the autopsy. So they had the jury. There was 5 men in the jury. There was also the officers of the court, Andy Jones, which was the kid that found Ava dead at the bottom of the stairs, Fast Eddie, and there were several other people who were there for the entire length of the autopsy. Now, Fast Eddie thought they already had their minds made up that he was indeed the murderer and he had committed murder, but he was sticking to the hope that there was no way they could prove that he had committed her murder.
Mm-hmm.
They did all the things you would do in a typical autopsy at that time. They examined the vital organs, but when they cut the skull open, they immediately realized the neck was completely broken. And at that time, the mood kind of really shifted, and Eddie maintained that, you know, her neck is broken, but they can't prove that I broke her neck.
They can't prove I did it.
I can't prove I broke that bitch's neck.
I didn't done do none of that.
She fell down the steps.
A report on March 9th said that the discovery was made that the neck was broken and the windpipe was smashed. On the throat were the marks of fingers indicating that she had been choking. Yeah, this is exactly what was written in the newspaper. She was choking. The neck was dislocated between the first and second vertebrae. The ligaments were torn and ruptured. The windpipe had been crushed at a point in front of the neck.
Mm.
The findings were made public, and he was immediately arrested. He pled not guilty, as all innocent people do. They found out things about his past that were very unsavory to the people of Greenbrier County. He had been divorced from his first wife.
No.
Because I think he stole some fucking horses and went to jail. This is true. True story, Rob. I can't make this shit up. He stole some horses and went to jail. And when he went to jail, she said, he's a goddamn wife beater. I'm leaving his ass.
Of course.
So she left him.
Good for her.
His second wife died under mysterious circumstances. Shout out to Justin Rimmel, Mysterious Circumstances podcast. Come on.
Shout out.
She fell and she hit her head on a rock.
Yes.
She was the clumsiest lady I'd ever met in my entire life.
She's always hitting her head on rocks. I don't know what's wrong with her.
And after she died, he immediately skipped town after that. He gloated in jail that his lifelong goal was to have 7 wives.
All right.
And they noticed that is a wrong fucking answer.
Is that a goal?
All right.
Okay.
All right. That's a curse. They noticed, the jailers and the people in the jail noticed that he did not grieve very long over the death of Ava. Now, during the trial, his mother was put on the stand, and she was called to the stand as a mother of the victim and also a witness of the broken neck. So she was one of the ones that said, "Hey, her neck is all fucked up. Let's check this out." But the thing that got the ball rolling in this entire thing was the ghost appearing to the mother and spinning her head around. Okay. And this is the first time in the history of the entire fucking world that someone has got convicted of murder due to the testimony,
Ghost testimony.
of a fucking ghost. The prosecution, when they had the mom on the stand, they skated around the ghost questions for obvious reasons. It would make you sound like a fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
But the defense attorneys, they obviously did not skate around the ghost questions, but they abruptly stopped grilling her about the ghost because she maintained her story and there were no cracks in it at all. She seemed like a very devout, religious woman that completely had her marbles together. And they said, well, I got to fucking quit grilling her because, she's not fucking crazy and she doesn't sound crazy. We look like a bunch of fucking assholes. So they voted. That's what they did. They don't deliberate. They voted.
Yeah.
They voted that he be hung and he was found guilty. Now, on July 11th, 1897, a citizens group of anywhere from 15 to 30 men assembled 8 miles west of Lewisburg to form a lynching party. They had purchased a new rope and were well armed with Winchesters and revolvers when they started towards the jail. If not for a man named George Hara, who contacted the sheriff, Fast Eddie would have surely been lynched. Now, Hara contacted the deputy. He informed him that there was the threats against Fast Eddie's life. This greatly irritated the sheriff, and he was unable to tie his own shoes. He was so fucking scared of this shit. Dwyer took him to a place of refuge in the woods. That's the sheriff, about a mile from the town, and then was able to disband the mob and return them to their homes. Eventually, Fast Eddie was moved to the West Virginia State Penitentiary in Moundsville, where he died from in 1900 from back then there was all kinds of measles and mumps. He got the measles, and he was killed from the measles in prison. There's no trace of Fast Eddie of where he's buried at. They kind of did mass graves back then. But yeah, that's a good one. That's some crazy shit. They say that as for Ava, her ghost was never seen again, but she has left a haunting and a historical mark on Greenbrier County. It is one that is still being felt today. In fact, a roadside marker along Route 60 still commemorates the case today. It reads, "Interned in nearby cemetery is Zona Heister Shue. Her death in 1897 was presumed natural until her spirit appeared to her mother to describe how she was killed by her husband, Edward. Autopsy on the exhumed body verified the apparition's account. Edward, found guilty of murder, was sentenced to the state prison. Only known case in which testimony from ghost help convict a murderer."
It's pretty cool stuff.
That's a cool fucking story.
That is a good story. I like it.
They all dead now, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I wonder.
We're here speaking to the masses. They're not,
So who really matters?
us, Rob.
Exactly. Let's bring it back to us.
Yeah. That's all I have for my research.
Awesome. Well, that was a good little subject.
It
was
was.
fun.
I like that, Matt. Good topic.
Yeah.
I think some people are going to see the name of the subject. They're going to be a little turned off because it doesn't say Jeffrey Dahmer or Eminem or Beyonce. But I think this is one of our more fun episodes.
I do. It's a pretty fun episode. A little bit of everything. Just like you said.
Goddamn snake kitties and bow wows and yahoos and yayus and
yeah. Well.
Yeah. Now, I would like to say we took a huge jump in downloads this past week. We took a huge jump in Facebook likes, Instagram follows.
Hey, yeah.
Snapchat ads.
Thank you guys for that. I don't know what we did, but maybe it's just not us.
I'm still saying it's the website I rebuilt, Rob. I'm putting it all on the website.
Yeah. Website's got a new kick in the ass. It's looking pretty over
I
there.
did rebuild the website. Go check it out at brohiopodcast.com that I just spent a left fucking nut to rename
Nick did a good job on it.
you have to pay for these domain names, and it would come time for renewal for Ohio Podcast, and GoDaddy said you're not getting it for $1.99 like you did a year ago. You have a lot more people coming here now, so prepare for anal insertion.
Bend over.
Because we're going to shove it all the way up in your asshole.
Spread them cheeks, baby girl.
And Rob and I are not tech savvy at all, so
No.
there's probably a way we could have did it for cheaper. Haven't got a fucking clue, but
hey,
here we are.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Like we've said a million times,
You can find us everywhere.
you can find us everywhere. You can
Like
find
us. Tell your friend. Tell
Yeah.
your cousin.
That's the best thing you can do for us is tell someone about us.
Tell, if you got a beggar on the side of the street, just tell him, hey,
I don't have $1, but have you ever heard of the Ohio Podcast Show?
tell everybody.
Yeah.
That helps.
Oh, speaking, I had something cool happen to me today.
Okay.
I had to stop at the gas station, and this fucking crackhead hooker walks up.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Can you please give me a ride to blah, blah, blah? Mike got a toothache." And I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do? Like, I am not in the mood for this. I'm like, no, I'm not going that way. Can you give me $3 so I can get a bus ride? I didn't have cash. I don't carry cash. So
Yeah, nobody
I
does.
said, I don't have any cash. She's like, God damn it. And she like broke down. I'm like, I think she seriously might be fucked up. Like, and then I saw the bus, the local bus roll by,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets up and she goes running towards the bus. She gets fucking 2 feet away from this bus, and this bus driver closes the fucking doors and drives off. And the whole time it's driving off, she's going, what? What? Like she's trying to go to the dentist because her fucking mouth is all fucked up. But she had like open sores in her face and shit.
Ugh.
I'm not here to look down at her for her choices.
Yeah.
But she got so mad that she headbutted
Oh my God.
the fucking sign for the bus,
Yeah.
knocked herself out fucking cold on impact,
No
Rob,
way.
just limp as a fucking wet noodle as soon as she hit her head. And I told my wife, I'm like, she probably needed a fucking nap, honestly. I mean, if my tooth hurt that bad, it'd just
Hey, maybe she did herself a
take me
favor.
about 6 times.
Start headbanging signs.
Yeah, she fucking, and if you are the one that I spoke to today about the tooth,
I hope she's listening.
I hope you're feeling better. I hope your prepaid wireless plan has allowed you to reach out and grab the Brohio podcast and listen to us.
I'm willing to bet she's probably not listening.
She's probably still knocked out that fucking road.
Somebody go check on her, please.
Yeah. She's having a dream about the fat guy she saw in the Toyota.
He's awful handsome.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, guys. Here comes our interview.
I think we're going to, check out the interview with Matt Hirsch.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here with Matt. He's the one, his wife sponsored the episode.
Yay.
We're fucking 6 months behind on Matt. As he was supposed to help us out at the live show, but we didn't have nearly as much time as we thought we were going to have.
Yeah, bummer.
But he still came to the live show.
Yeah, thank you.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So
I got decently drunk, so it was a good time.
Hey.
it's fine. We remember.
Yeah.
You're the one with the real pretty butthole.
I think we all have pretty buttholes. It's just as a matter of how you look at the butthole.
I appreciate
That's very true.
So right.
That's
man.
so optimistic.
Is there a such thing as bad pizza? I mean, honestly.
That's true.
So usually when people pitch us episodes, it's always true crime, which we're fine with that because we've had some really good stories. But Matt said, nah, fuck that, fam. We're doing some. How do you pronounce it, Matt? Is it Appalachian?
Well, I mean, I don't know. My grandma has a real solid twang about it, so we've always called it Appalachian. But
Appalachian. There we go.
but I hear everyone else say Appalachian. So
Appalachian sounds like something like where you roll around the weeds for too long and your dick's itching really bad the next day. Hey, Ma, got the crotch crickets. Now you got that Appalachia. You can scratch that off. You'll be okay. So we are halfway through the episodes, but we wanted to reach out to you before it got too late. But there's all kinds of fucking monsters.
It's
and
crazy.
just
There's so
weird,
much shit.
half Bigfoot, half sheep, half goat, all kinds of, I don't know what kind of cousin fucking shit is going on up in there in those mountains, But there's something going on, Matt Hirsch.
Well, that's the thing. When your primary form of procreation is with farm animals, you're gonna get a lot of messed up shit. So
Naturally.
figured it was a breeding ground for great stories.
Yeah, there's like the names. There's
dude, there's some good names.
the whirling Wimpus,
The Yahoo.
the vegetable man. I figured the vegetable man is what you call your pot man in Compton. Like if you need some weed, you hit up the vegetable man.
Or the gangbanger in a
he's like
wheelchair.
the town hero.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt. There's also one called a Wampus Beast.
The Dueo.
What the fuck? But we didn't get. There's.
See, I haven't even heard of half of this.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
I mean, there's
You
just
gonna
so
learn
many
today,
crazy
motherfucker.
stories.
It's stupid.
But it wasn't. We didn't just cover these monsters. We also covered a true crime-ish story about a murder in the 1800s where they allowed a ghost to serve as a witness during the trial. Pretty much.
I think I heard about that, and that's kind of where a lot of the superstition comes into play. Is the Appalachians, they 100% ghosts are just a thing that they just deal with. It's not like maybe or anything about it.
It is,
and that's like when I was saying look into some of the traditions about it. Like one of our traditions is that when a family member dies, someone has to stay at the house in case they come back to get some shit they forgot. Like that's a tradition in the Appalachia that someone has to be at the house for when the ghost comes back to.
Oh my God.
Grandma, you're not going to need that dildo where you're going.
Yeah.
Put some fucking pants on. He's coming back. He left his big old box of pretzels. I promise he'll be back.
I think I would come back for those peanut butter pretzels.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Hell yeah. Now you said you did have my phone is at 7%. I do not have the charger. It's just to make this abundantly clear before something catastrophic happens. But Matt, you did say that you had a very good story about your grandma about the time that there was two different stories. One we can't share in the air. She touched you, but then the other one,
God damn it!
You said there was was it a ghost story?
Yeah, well, it's like a family ghost story that happened when she was a kid.
Put it on us.
And just to set the background, my grandma was the middle child of 11 children.
Whew.
So and they lived in the deep hills around the Cumberland Lake area.
Oh, okay.
And they this would have been probably mid 40s. My grandma was born right at the end of the Depression. She was about 6 or 7 when this happened. But
depressing.
In their area, there was a wedding that happened during the day. And as the bride and groom drove off, they apparently took a bad turn on one of those roads because the roads, they're shit today. So imagine 100 years ago, the roads were even fucking worse.
I say a lot of the roads aren't even serviced by the state.
What's that?
A lot of the roads aren't serviced by the state. They're just like fucking dirt and rocks and.
Yeah, well, and especially at this time, there might have been a couple paved roads in all of Kentucky, but they definitely weren't in this area. So everything was shit. And I don't know if it was bad weather that day or what it might have been. Maybe the woman was giving her man some roadhead. I don't know, but he I
love me some of that roadhead. You know what I'm saying?
It's worth dying
for sure.
Depends on who's doing it. If Rob's doing
the guy
it,
crashes
not
the
worth
car. But the guy crashes the car, and they're both killed on impact. And in this area, you have like police and stuff, but pretty much the community all pitches in when there's something going on. So some of her family members went down there to help clean up the scene of the wreck after they got the bodies out of there and everything.
Bagging assholes
and it's getting
shit.
dark. Yeah, exactly. So they after it's starting to get dark, the sheriff's already left. My great-grandfather finds a ring, and it looks like the wedding band. So he said, just take it back and we'll give it to the sheriff tomorrow or sometime this week. So they take it to their home, put it on the windowsill of
Did they take the finger out
kitchen. Of it? No, it was off the finger. So
okay,
it was,
all right. You never know. You never know down there.
Or anything like that. But they put it on the windowsill in their kitchen, and their kitchen has just one of those wooden screen doors in the back that everyone in the house can hear when it opens and closes. And then the rest of them are in the house just, drinking, doing whatever they're doing.
Fucking each other.
Usually they would just sit around, play cards, do whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
Fuck each other.
And like I said, she's the middle of 11 children, so there's probably like 4 or 5 kids around the age of 0 to 5 wandering around at this time.
It's fucking each other.
And they hear the door open and close, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. And so they think, oh, is that my great aunt? And I have no idea what all my great aunt's names are, but they're like, oh, it must be Margaret or something in the kitchen. And then they hear
good name.
The youngest one, she's like 2. They hear her talking to someone.
Oh, God.
And then they hear the door open and close again. And they go in there because they think she wandered out in the dark. And she's standing there. And they say, who are you talking to? She said, the lady. I said, what lady? She said, the lady in white dress. She had all the red stuff on her head.
Oh,
and
God,
they look
shit.
at the windowsill, and the ring's gone.
Ugh. Bitch came for that ring.
Jeez.
Yeah. And my grandma to this day swears by that story, and that's
man. That's a good story.
Yeah, and I mean, she's always, everywhere she's lived, she's had experiences with ghosts. Whether it be hearing someone come up the steps and then laying in bed with her, and she thinking it was my grandpa when he was still alive, and she reaches over and no one's there, and stuff like that. She's got, for her, ghosts are just like having mice in your house. It's just a fucking nuisance.
Does she smoke a lot of pot?
No, she doesn't. I don't think she could get access to it. That's the only reason she did. So.
Is your grandma still around?
Yeah, she's still around.
How old
we
is
see
she?
her every Sunday.
Every
she's
Sunday.
About 70. Yeah, she's about, I want to say 75, 76, going on 100.
Is she?
She's got about half a lung left.
Is she real fucking snappy? Would she be good to have on the show? Like, would she yell at us and cuss at us and stuff?
Oh no, she's real mild mannered.
Oh, damn it!
She's like that old classic style of racist, where it's like she doesn't say a lot, but she says just enough that you know where it's going. You're like, Grandma,
Right.
you
Hey,
need
grandma,
to,
grandma.
You need you need to stop. We live in Cincinnati. They live here now too.
Yeah,
So
they do. Oh man, that's great.
Oh, grandma.
I love grandma. Jesus. Did she vote for Donald Trump?
She literally has never voted in an election
Wow.
until Trump ran for president, and then she registered and voted for Trump.
Oh, God.
Oh my God!
It's like the whitest thing a white person could do.
Jesus. Rob and I didn't vote at all. If that tells you how much we fucking care.
Yeah, I was raised to believe that you have to vote all the time, and these past few elections have proven that that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
So
the day that one election is separated by one vote, that's when I'll start voting. But until then, I'll sit in my basement with this box of cat shit, and me and Rob will talk to the masses.
That's what we do.
So,
well, are we looking at an Alexander and Schmidt ticket in 2020? I think that'd be a good run.
Maybe 2024.
So for me, the one thing that I would, if I was running for president, I would try and pass some legislation that says all overtime wages are non-taxable.
Thank you.
Yes. And
that would be pretty sweet, since I've been working 20 hours of overtime every fucking week.
Right. And then if at the end of the year you didn't use your medical insurance at all, everything you paid, your premium, everything you paid gets refunded to you if you didn't use your insurance at all.
You got my vote.
Yep.
I've got a guy at work who's got a life insurance plan like that, where you pay into it every year, and at the end of, I guess, the term, whether it's 15 years, if you don't have to use it because you're still alive, they give you like 80% of it back.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
Like, man, and it's like a pretty good. It's like $300,000 covered or something like that.
Kill that guy. Let him know I'm coming for him.
Just
Coming
one
for
day
blood.
before it's about to end.
Oops.
It's really easy to kill people in Cincinnati and get away with it.
Oh man, I'm always looking at spots around town. I'm like, they would never look there.
Over the Rhine, man.
It seems like a really good spot to hide a crack pipe or a dead body.
I mean, if you need to hide it, Cincinnati's got spots.
Yeah. Well, I love Cincinnati. I'm a huge Reds fan.
Love it.
No, I can't. I'm not a basketball fan. We're all about the new soccer team. So.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's fun too. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, they're about to run shit around here.
Yeah,
since the lender money is backing them.
They will. It'll be awesome. I can't wait to take my kids down to something like that. So.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Well, do you have any questions that you would like to propose to Rob Dog and Nick Licious before my phone fucking dies and
No, I feel like I already know more than enough about both of you. So.
Everybody does.
Yeah, more than you want to know.
Our books are open.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for doing the interview.
Thank you. We're sorry it took so long.
Yeah, we suck.
Yeah, sorry I didn't message you back for like a month and a half.
No,
but,
I still respect you. Still respect you. And thanks for tell your wife or your baby mama. Thanks for sponsoring the episode. She was she gave us as a Christmas gift. So we actually
greatest Christmas gift ever.
we actually like her a little bit more than you. But
Most people do. That's why I got her.
Fair enough.
That's why I had to shove a baby in her just to lock her down.
Which method do you use as far as putting the baby in her?
Oh, I just ram it hard and dry and just,
For not very long.
Yeah, not very long.
You just make it as unpleasant as possible.
Getting a girl pregnant is make sure she doesn't enjoy it. So I've been practicing that for years.
I can get my wife pregnant in the length of a Ben and Jerry's commercial, and have time for ice cream when it's all said and done. So. All right, Matt. Well, thank you so much, man. We're beyond appreciative, and this is going to be a fun episode. I can't wait for you to hear it.
All right.
Thanks, man.
I can't wait to hear it.
All right. Bye. That's Matt.
Thank you.
Hirsch, his wife Zania. Wonderful people.
Yes.
Tons of fun. And I don't mean they're fat. They're just normal like us.
Yeah.
Usually when you say tons of fun, that's what you call someone that's bigger that's really good at sex. That's the nickname for myself.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's the end of this episode.
Hey.
We got the interview that we sometimes never get.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.